Hi, I'm Cyndi from bdancewear.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to take a pair of briefs that is too tall for something and how to lower it down, making it more of a low rise brief. The reason you'd want to do something like this, if you have a very low back in your dress, and let's say your dress comes down to here and the regular brief sticks out above, it's really distracting to see that color of the brief sticking out above the dress. So you would want to go ahead and lower it. So the first thing I did is I'm going to take on the girl where the dress is, and I would mark that spot where I want it to go. Now in doing that, you want to make sure that that's not where you cut. Let's say, I'm going to put a pin so you can see this really easy. So let's say this is where it would show through. I want to cut above that, allowing room for the elastic to be folded over and it's still to be that height. So let's say it matches right here. I would mark it, have the girl move around a little, make sure it doesn't drop down below that spot. But once I have that spot, then I'm going to turn around and take the brief off and then cut that amount off all the way around. Just cut the whole thing, make sure it stays nice and even, and then discard that part. Now then I'm going to take that brief and my elastic. Now once you sew down elastic, sometimes it stretches just a little bit more, but I don't want it too snug that it kind of leaves a muffin top above it. So now that I have that lower, I'm going to go ahead and measure my elastic, and for this particular girl, I'm going to have it short about 2.5 inches because I know this elastic and when I sew it, how much it stretches. So I measured around the waistband, but then took off 2.5 inches. So I'm going to cut it there. Now I want to take that elastic and cross it over just a little bit. You can put it in the center back or you can put it on the side seam. I would say probably put it on that side seam so you don't end up with a weird lump on the back. And then you're going to want to pin that into place. And pin that into place. And then now that I have both sides halfway pinned into place, I'm going to go ahead and fold that in half and stretch this so that way there'll be pins in 4 different spots around the brief so that it gives me room. If you are not an experienced sewer, just keep going smaller with that. Fold from pin to pin in half and pin it in between and continue going like that. So now that I have all that set up, I'm going to take my machine. Let's turn it on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this with the elastic face side down so I can actually see, make sure the elastic's getting sewn on. I'm going to start where the elastic crosses over and we'll start sewing that. Let's get it on a nice wide zigzag so it gives some room to stretch. If you have a stretch stitch, this is perfect for that. And then I'm going to hold from pin to pin. When you do this, don't pull hard. Don't pull it out from when the needle where it's sewing. You want to go nice and gentle. I like having the Lycra on the bottom so it helps feeds its way through. Well, I've got it just taut on here. So we'll start, I'm going to back up in the spot where it crosses over. And then I'm going to pull out these needles as I go. And making sure that the fabric, the Lycra doesn't slide. Let's go a little bit longer of a stitch. And sew it all the way around just like this. And each time it comes to the pin, just don't pull it out. Make sure that this doesn't slide forward or back, keeping that elastic exactly where it needs to go. And then just continue that till you get to the very end. And then just going to cross back over that same spot. If it goes a little off one way or the other, don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. So it should end up looking just like this. Maybe a little bit over, but make sure not to go make sure you catch the elastic, that you don't go too far down or have it too wavy, because then the back end will look wavy. Now, so what you're going to see is then I'm going to take this, pin it if you're not experienced at it. You want to make sure and pull it on. I'm going to fold it over just like that, and then catch that bottom edge of the elastic. So it might not be the same spot where the zigzag started, but it'll be just like that, and hold it down. I did it in white in the front so you can see that and you can see the red. So that way it'll look really nice when it's on. If you have a cover stitch or something, most people don't, you can use that. It's even better. Make sure before you give it to the girl, I always like to take it, stretch it, make sure none of the threads snap, make sure it's nice and will stretch with the fabric. And then once you've done that, it's that easy to lower the elastic on a pair of briefs. And you can use this same thing for shorts, anything that you want. But it's really that easy. So next time you need to have your briefs lowered, just go ahead and do this. Thank you for watching our video. And if you enjoyed it, make sure and click here to subscribe, because we're going to have some amazing DIY videos coming out. And if you want to get our free complete dance costume DIY guide, click right here, or go to bdancewear.com/DIY guide. And lastly, if you have any questions or ideas for future videos, please leave it in the comments below. Thanks again for watching our video. And remember, be original, be colorful, be dancewear.com.